The next morning, Freetown woke to birds singing again. The mist was gone, and the street smelled like rain. Children who were lost wandered back home, their eyes bright and new. The city remembered Joy. At the junction, his mat was gone. Only a cup lay there, cracked and dry. Comba picked it up and felt nothing, no magic, no voice. Just silence. Some evils vanished quietly, leaving no proof they ever existed. People watched her pass, whispering blessings. They didn't know what she had done, only that the air felt safe again. Mama Yoya hugged her tight and cried. "You went where even men feared to go," she whispered. That night, a wind passed through her window, carrying the sound of metal against stone, faint, trembling. She opened her eyes. The cup on her shelf moved slightly. Some destinies refused to rest. The lantern still glowed without fire. Inside it, the faint shapes of children danced like fireflies. They whispered, "Thank you." Comba smiled sadly. Saving others sometimes cost a piece of your own light. Freetown celebrated a new dawn. Drums beat, feet danced, and laughter returned. But Comba stood apart, her eyes scanning the corners. Joy felt strange now, like a song she no longer remembered how to sing. In the middle of the crowd, she saw a shadow stretch long, but no one was casting it. It slipped between dancers and vanished down an alley. Comba's heart sank. Some darkness doesn't die, it hides. Mama Yoya said softly, "Evil doesn't end, my child. It just changes its face." Comba nodded. She knew now that every beggar's cup, every smile, could hide a hunger too deep to see. Weeks later, another beggar took the corner. His face was gentle, his eyes tired, but when he smiled, the air chilled. Comba watched from across the road. The story, it seemed, was starting again. She drew her grandmother's protection mark, 3 circles joined by a line, behind the beggar's seat. The man looked back and frowned. The chalk shimmered for a second, and the ground beneath him cracked softly. The lantern burned suddenly, writing words on her wall, "Guard the crossroad." Comba understood. The power she faced was old, older than names, older than mercy. Now she stood where he once sat, not as a beggar, but as a guardian. Every coin dropped, every prayer whispered, she listened. Not all destiny stealers wear rags, some wear smiles. Destiny can be stolen not by hands, but by hearts that envy. Give, but give with wisdom. Help, but see with spirit. For not all who stretch their hands want coins, some reach for your future. The city slept, peaceful but blind to the battle beneath its dreams. Comba watched from her window, her lantern whispering like a living thing. She knew peace was only a pause between storms. In her dream, the beggar knelt beside her. His eyes were hollow moons. "You think you stopped me," he said softly. "I only moved." The ground beneath her turned to mirrors, each one showing a stranger's life. Her reflection blinked, but she hadn't. It smiled, slow and cruel. "Even light can envy," it whispered. The glass shattered, and she woke, her bed wet with sweat, the lantern glowing red. The whispers returned, soft like wind through dry grass. He steals again," they said. Comba pressed her hands to her ears, but they came from inside her mind. In the days that followed, children vanished again. No footsteps, no cries, only their shadows remained. Fear returned to the market. People spoke her name in low tones. "Maybe the girl brought it back," they said. The rain poured like silver knives. She walked straight to the man's mat. "Who sent you?" she asked. He smiled without lips. "You did," he said. "Every story needs a new villain." The man's skin began to flake away, revealing a glowing sign, the same mark on her lantern. Comba stepped back. "You can't destroy me," he said. "You are me." His voice came from her chest, a shadow stretched tall and separate. It turned toward her, smiling the beggar's smile. You took my place, it hissed. Now pay the debt. The lantern burst into white flame. She fought herself, her anger, her pride, her fear. Every time she struck, the shadow grew stronger. She fell to her knees. I will not be you, she whispered. The light dimmed, then steadied. The light changed, not burning, but forgiving. Her shadow screamed and broke into dust. The rain stopped. Mercy, not rage, saved her. Even darkness bows to a heart that forgives. The spirits of the stolen souls gathered once more, circling her in silence. The chain is broken, one said. But the lesson must live. They bowed and rose like smoke into the new day. The city shone brighter than she had ever seen. The people felt it too, laughter sounded easier, steps felt lighter. But in Komba's eyes was something deeper, wisdom born from sorrow. That evening, Mama Yoya gathered the children and spoke softly. Once there was a beggar who stole what people took for granted, their destiny. Komba listened quietly, her face hidden in the glow. When the story ended, Komba looked at her hand, the golden mark still pulsed, faint but alive. Some burdens don't end when evil dies, they stay as reminders of light's cost. She walked the same street where Posori once sat. The ground remembered his weight. The wind whispered his song. Yet now, she smiled, not in joy, but in peace. She had become what she feared. A familiar sound, metal against stone. The cup rolled to her feet, empty but shining. She picked it up. Inside was a reflection, her own face. Older, wiser, and not afraid anymore. She placed the cup beneath the ancient baobab and whispered, "No one will ever drink from you again." The wind sighed. The cup cracked softly, as if relieved. Freedom, even for cursed things, is still freedom. The sun rose like forgiveness. Fishermen sang again, and children ran without fear. No one remembered the beggar, except one girl who carried a light that would never fade. As she looked toward the ocean, she heard her name in the waves. Not a warning, not a threat, a reminder. Guard the crossroad, Komba, it said. She smiled. The story would live on. Destiny is a river, pure when protected, poison when stolen. Be kind, but not blind. Every soul carries light, and those who protect it guard more than their own future. Moral lessons of the story. Not everyone who stretches a hand needs help, some reach to take what is yours. Give, but give with wisdom. Your destiny is your light. Guard it with truth, because envy and greed can steal even what was blessed. Real power is not in fighting darkness, but in keeping your heart pure when the world tempts you to be cruel.